Give it up for my man, Mr. Rashaad Adams.
Hello everyone. How are you guys tonight? Okay, I'm gonna jump right into my story. My earliest memory of being queer, or anything being announced for that matter, was first grade. Me and the other boys weren't quite the same, and they let me know that real quick. I stood out because my voice was lighter and I wasn't as, or should I say, wasn't masculine. And because of the way I presented myself, I was given a lovely nickname by my peers. Faggy. A word that has brought me so much pain, so much distress, and torment is now a word I can say like it's nothing. It even makes me laugh because in other places they say faggot, and in Baltimore we say faggy. A nice geographical difference, no? But it wasn't just nicknames that I was greeted with. This came with fighting, a whole lot of fighting. Me and other boys fighting, constantly being in the principal's office next to our fort, explaining why we were here. I argued with boys and girls, and that was all I went through. That was a lot that I went through. And my life at home was also telling. My mom always told me that I was soft and that I needed to toughen up. And she was one of those moms who believed that boys getting punched in the chest would make them tougher. And when I acted soft or needed to be more tougher, she definitely did what she did. And with that, she also banned me from some of my favorite things. I was obsessed with the movie High School Musical. It was my favorite movie, and it broke my little heart when she said, "That's too girly, do not watch it no more." I also wanted to collect all the toys from Toy Story because I was obsessed with toys. I got Woody, I got Buzz, and when it got to Jessie, she was like, "You're not getting her. That's a girl." Like, a toy? What? And also, when I sung the song, she made sure to correct the pronouns on the songs that I sung. And I'm going to give you guys an example, and this is a very real story, by the way. So there was this song by Sierra called Ride. I know what you're thinking. Featuring Ludacris. And being an ignorant child, you sing things and not realize what you're singing. So I was in the back of the car like, he liked the way I ride it. And instead of my mother saying, "You're not old enough to be singing songs like this," she said, "Oh, you like the way she ride it." I know, judge her, go ahead, go ahead. And my father wasn't in my life as well. And she said that because of this, that was the reason I was soft and I needed to toughen up. And as trifling as being a deadbeat parent was, I was happy and it was a blessing that he wasn't in my life because his side was more rougher and thuggish. And had he been in my life, I don't think I would be standing here telling my story to you people, and I probably would have even took my life because I would have suppressed my feelings and not lived my truth, which happens for a lot of boys and queer people in this day and age, and all the time. And that was my queerness through elementary school and adolescence. But with my technical coming out, things get a bit more interesting. So, it was 5th grade. Facebook was the new popular thing, and everyone had one, and I finally got one after begging my mom. She let me get one, and I friended my friend Garen, who was also my friend in elementary school. And we always knew that we were gay. We didn't have to say it to each other. He was shy, feminine, and reserved like me. It was like Candy talk. It was like Nene Leakes talking to Candy on The Real Housewives. We see each other, we good. And we knew that we were gay. And we friended each other on Facebook, and we started texting. And we didn't talk about anything gay related yet. We just were texting about whatever 5th graders were talking about at the time. And I remember one of us finally asking the question, "Who do you think is cute in the class?" And I was so happy. I was like, oh my gosh, it's finally gonna be the moment that I realized after all that I went through, I actually was attracted to boys and I get to finally talk about it. And one of us was like, out of boys or girls? And we probably both said like 1 girl and 5 boys. He had a crush on the class clown, and I had a gigantic crush on our school teacher, who was a 6-foot-something, dark-skinned, basketball player turned teacher. And if I thought I was straight, I definitely knew in that moment that I wasn't. And that was all fun and dandy. Me and Darren were finally expressing ourselves to each other. We were learning about each other, and everything was going great. Until one day when my grandma was picking me up, one day when my grandma came to pick me up, I was so eager to go with her because I was really close to my grandmother at the time. And I was like, I must have been like, because my grandmother was outside, she was like, come on. I was like, Mom, can you like log me on Facebook because I'm about to go with grandma? And I'm pretty sure she stood there like, I'll log you out, go ahead. And when I left, she did exactly what you think she did. She read all of our messages, and that night she learned something new about her son, and that will also be the night that me and my mother would never be close. And that's basically how my coming out happened. It isn't the worst story. There could be worse stories. There's people who get killed, people who get put out, and I'm thankful and blessed that hasn't happened to me. And through all this, there was one person who actually was by my side, and it was a man. It was my grandfather, Paul. Paul, if you're watching this somehow, I don't know if you are, thank you. A man told me that it was okay. He's seen people like this when he grew up, and there was nothing wrong with it, and it was normal. So I thank him for that. And through all this, I am the proud, confident, queer person I am, talking to you once again, and I thank you guys for hearing my story.